Hey everyone, it's Joe and
Michael
from Bullion Now, bullionnow.com.au live.
Live.
Did you like the
Yeah.
that one? That's courtesy of Ruben.
Yes.
Well done,
Somebody's obviously not had enough to do in the shop.
Oh, I'm just seeing that. Cool. I like that. Me in the bird suit. Thanks, man. That's really good because now I'll go down in infamy no matter what happens. That's great. Cool.
Not sure that's the infamy I'd want, but
Yeah,
you know,
mate, I don't care.
whatever
That's
floats
fine
your
with
goat.
me. Well, look fancy. You notice anything different? We've got some cool little.
There's no sign behind
The
us.
way, there's no sign. Whereas we tried to get it in, it didn't happen, but we've got cool lighting and stuff. We're moving on and up in the world.
You're looking very bright today, mate.
You're looking very luminescent today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We could do all those light jokes all day, couldn't we?
We could do, but we shan't. Let's move
They're
on,
still
shall
not
we?
funny.
Why are we here?
That's the other. Is this glitching for you, Rubes? Because I'm getting glitching all over the page.
Oh,
Or is it just our
That's
internet
all right.
access?
Probably something like that.
All right.
So bullionnow.com.au, you know the deal, you know why you're here. So we had a bit of an issue just before we had started a stream, and then some issues happened, so I had to start a new stream. But one of the comments I saw on the previous stream was, we've got people here from, there was Canada, South Korea, New Zealand, and stuff like that. So good to see everyone here.
Yeah.
Yeah, good to see all the worldwide watchers.
How have you been this week, mate?
I have been good.
Yeah.
I've been all right. Been busy. What about you?
I've had a tough week actually, but that's
okay. All right. You want to talk
So,
about it? Or?
Oh, well, I don't think this is a live counselling session.
Okay,
is it?
no, probably not. No, it's not.
So, no, I lost a good friend this week. So,
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I only found out about it early this morning.
Oh, I'm
So
sorry.
One of
Okay.
those, you know, when you're a teenager and
Yeah.
there's someone who's substantially older than you, but they kind of almost become a pseudo mentor type of thing.
Yeah, they
passed away.
leave their mark. Yep.
It's actually my sister's father-in-law.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So yeah, that was a bit sad.
Well,
so,
our condolences go out to your sister
yeah, and
Yep.
her wider
and
family.
her wider family. Yes, of
Yeah.
course.
So
Fair
good
enough.
old Jerry De Bruin was his name.
All right.
Absolute legend.
Okay.
So, anyway, moving right along, getting
Okay,
on to
move
lighter
on.
topics.
Yes. What do we do here at Bullion Now? We talk bullion on the live channel.
We talk a lot of
We talk a lot of stuff.
stuff.
A lot of bull, yeah. And we take a lot of your questions. So we'll be going through the live chat, post your questions there, and we'll answer a bunch of questions here. And again, welcome to all the newcomers as well.
And the old comers.
And the old, yep, sure, them too. And we've got email questions as well, and we may or may not, we actually do, have a special coming up as well. It's a U-Butte one, as you would call it.
Yeah, and we got some industry gossip
Oh, wow.
and some shop gossip. We'll have Ruben in later for some shop gossip.
Bit of shop goss.
Yeah.
Great, fantastic. And I think we've got Matt coming in as well at some point.
Yeah.
Fantastic. All right, shall we lead off with an email?
With an email,
Yeah.
we shall. So this is an internationally flavoured email. This is from Aussie Frost.
Okay, Ozzy.
I hope you settled in after the holidays. Don't feel, Rubes, you feel like you've left the place, Joe? No.
No.
None of us feel like
nothing
we've been
changed.
away.
No.
It's just rolling straight through.
No, I went from one busyness to holiday busyness to this busyness.
Yeah, but it's been good fun.
Yeah.
I often hear you guys say, get to know your local coin shop. I live out in the sticks. I didn't, for those who don't know, Aussie actually lives out in Japan. I didn't know there were anywhere in Japan that was out in the sticks. It's all pretty much metropolis.
No, man, there's sticks and a half.
It's the size of a postage stamp. How far out in the sticks can you get?
You can get far and you can get lost, and it's wonderful.
Yeah. Closest I have to an LCS is, a local coin shop, is a jewellery shop which sells a bit of 24 karat bullion at crazy prices. I introduced myself the other day, came out with my head spinning. The staff didn't speak English and my Japanese isn't that good. That's not good if you live in Japan, I wouldn't have thought.
Mine wasn't that great, but you can get by.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I think they thought I was wanting to buy something there and then. They loaded me up with brochures and green tea. Interesting experience. Here in Japan, 24 karat is king. Is most of the way through Asia, actually. Most. The thing that you got to understand when you're buying bullion, though, is 24 karat is actually a range. So it's not pure. It can be, don't quote me on this, but it's about 98.1 or something silly like that.
Okay.
Purity through to the 4.9s. So just be aware of that when you're buying 24. If something is actually 24 karat, it may not necessarily be as pure as you think it is. And it carries a very high premium. Wish you guys had a BN branch here.
Oh, mate, I will move back over there. I'll live there again, and I'll set it up for you.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I so want to go to Japan.
Dude,
I'll join your joke.
you got to go. You can come and visit, and we'll hang in the onsen.
There you go. Whatever that means.
People, yeah. Oh, mate, you would love an onsen. You'd be all over that onsen like no one's business. If anyone knows what I'm talking about,
I'll Google it later.
He'd love it.
Nobby's offering to translate the Japanese.
Oh, okay. Oh, Nobby's on there. Cool.
Hey, g'day, Nobby.
Ah.
Good to see you online, mate.
Hi, no, it's good morning. No, that's good morning. Sorry.
So, I got someone from Pinaroo, centre of the universe. That's Peter. I'm scrolling down trying to find some questions. I wonder if they're going to show something really cool like a 1 kilo gold kangaroo.
Oh, did we get it?
Yeah, it came in yesterday.
Oh.
One came in. I meant to tell you so we could do a video on it this
Okay.
morning.
Well, here's the question: Do you want to show it now?
Why not?
Very quickly? Yeah. All right.
Deej, you
Hey,
got a
Deej.
chance? Can you scream down to the shop, grab the kilo kangaroo and bring it back?
Yes, please.
Do we still have it?
Oh, don't tell me it's already
Don't,
been
it's
sold
not
out of the
sold.
shop.
It's not
I
gone.
remember handling one earlier this week.
Oh, no, it only...
It's gone.
okay. My apologies. Sounds like it's already gone. So the next one that comes in, we'll try that.
Fair enough.
So Smithy's online, Smithy's Bullion, which is good to see.
Mm-hmm.
Question here from Nigel. Hi, I understand what a proof is, but what is a reverse proof?
That's a Matt question.
We'll hold it fire
So
for Matt.
hold fire on that one. We'll bring Matt in about half an hour or so.
I got
and,
a 5-second one for you.
Yep.
How many 1 ounce coins in a roll from the Perth Mint do I have to order and wait for delivery?
Okay, so the 1 ounce, if we're talking about rolls, not tubes,
Yeah.
they're in rolls of 20,
20.
For the 1 ounce. And it depends on which you want. At the moment, we've got the Kookaburra in stock. We've got the koala in stock, although stocks are rapidly dwindling on the koala. We're waiting for our next delivery on that. So there's 50-50 whether you might have to wait for a koala. And that's about all Perth Mint's producing at the moment in the 1 ounce, I believe, in rolls. So, yeah, probably if you're after kookaburras, no, there'd be no waiting period on that one.
Excellent. Do you have any palladium bars in stock? I don't.
Palladium, I think we just sold out. didn't we,
Coin or
Rubes?
something, maybe?
Yeah, we had some 100 grammers in. I know they went, and we don't know if we have them in immediately, but we can certainly get them in.
Yep.
Um,
Ethan Yarker, have you got any monster boxes left? Now you're talking, I presume, of the empty spare monster boxes that we did the video on the other day.
Yep.
Yeah, there's a few.
there's not many.
No?
No,
Okay.
there's
I
not
saw
many.
the little row. It's
Yeah,
much
so
more
there's some
smaller.
kangaroo ones there because we had buckets of the kangaroo ones. There's some without lids. So if you want one without a lid, we've got 3 or 4 of those left.
What's the point of a box without a lid? Come on.
You can fit bigger things in it.
Here's an esoteric question. If it doesn't have a lid, is it really a box? Okay, all right.
I actually don't know what to say to that.
Moving right along.
All right,
And if
so
you hold it in one hand, does it really make a sound? Okay, moving.
it's got to be Friday afternoon. doesn't it?
Zingers all around the place.
So, yeah, there are some left. And what we haven't actually said is we've got a load of them down at EDC that I'm going to bring up.
Okay.
So there'll probably be another batch there next week.
Great.
But a lot, and I mean a lot, have gone out already.
Yep.
And I don't believe there's any more Star Wars ones left. And I'm a bit miffed about that because I actually wanted one. Another one. I got one. I was going to have a second one.
You have more than one at home.
Well, I have more than one child at home. And we're absolutely
And you've
a
got
Star
many,
Wars
yeah,
fan
and you've got
family.
many children.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, whoa, my computer's just doing funny things.
Ooh, look at this little flashy Bullion Now thing going up there as well.
A lot of support
That's
for your
cool.
intro there, Rubes.
Yeah, great intro.
So, Rubes stayed up all night making that. So, yeah, I thought it was pretty cool actually. So there's a couple of people talking about going out and doing some gold hunting. So hope you have good luck with that.
Someone saying here, and Matt might back this up. This is from Michael Rodling. Proof has a frosted center and a mirror field. Reverse proof has a frosted field and the center is a mirrored finish. Hence reversed. Interesting.
Yes.
So the field would be anything in the background, as far as I understand it, and then frosted field and center. Yeah, and center. Yeah, I think that's how it works. Matt will explain it a little better than I did.
Yeah, stole half his thunder.
Yeah, I did.
That's okay.
That's all right.
just scrolling through any other. Oh, we could go through some industry gossip, I suppose.
All right,
Couldn't
sure.
we?
Tell us the goss.
So some of the goss. Actually, there's a couple of things I wanted to cover in this area. A bit of good news, and Ruben will touch on this probably as well. There is actually. Do we want to do the? We'll do the shop goss first, if you like, and then we'll roll into the industry goss because some of it overlaps. What do you reckon?
Don't have a whole heap, but we had Oscar keeping on going. We met him last week.
Yeah. So we've got a new young gentleman joined us, who's probably on the live stream because he is a little bit crook, so he didn't come into work this morning. Named Oscar, and he's doing amazing things here. It's really great to see, and he's incredibly enthusiastic. Yeah.
And he's also helped out with restocking Smithy's Corner. So we've got all that looking nice and beautiful
cool.
at the moment.
Great.
Beautiful. So come in and get your Smithy stuff.
And say good day to Oscar.
Yeah.
And yeah, as Michael I think is going to touch on, we've got a couple new exciting things coming from Perth.
Yeah. So the hot goss.
Mm-hmm.
They finally made the 1 kilo tiger in silver.
Oh, cool. Great.
So we have a limited. Don't race into the shop now. They're not here yet. They were manufactured, I believe, over the last week or so.
Cool.
And either I've just before I came online, we may have either received the dispatch notice or that's for one and the other, but we should get the dispatch notice within a day or so. So I'm expecting them to be here kind of late next week, maybe early the week after, but we'll absolutely make a song and dance when they turn up.
Good.
So we've got a good slab of those coming in, which is really exciting.
Oh, really? Good allocation?
Yeah, a good allocation on those. So looking forward to that. They've also made the 120ths. So if you're hanging out for the little gold ones,
yeah, great.
I'm looking forward to seeing those and seeing how they handle, like matched up against the 1 gram panda.
Fair enough.
See if they've been able to match the detail that the Chinese have
Might
with the
do a
panda.
little comparison video. How's that make sense?
So that'd be that'd be worth doing. So
All right, good.
looking forward to seeing those. So if you're after a cheap gold present for someone, the 120th Tigers will be in time for the Lunar New Year, which is fantastic.
Fantastic.
Something that the koalas are here. We mentioned that earlier.
They've come and gone quickly. We're waiting for more to come through. But yeah.
Do we still have some in the shop, or are we pretty much cleaned
We're
out?
pretty much cleaned out, but I'm hoping another delivery isn't too far away.
Yeah, no, it shouldn't be. I know they were on the road. Whether they've actually made it to Melbourne or not, it's a different matter. So koalas are available. If we have to slip them onto pre-order over the weekend or early in the new week on the website, we'll do that. But don't stress. It just means they're a few days away. So if you pre-ordered them Monday, Tuesday, I'd expect them to hit the airwaves on kind of Wednesday, Thursday. You'd have them in your hand late next week anyway. Yep. And that's kind of what we're planning for a worst case scenario there.
Fair enough.
I can't give you too much detail because we're under embargo, and someone might tell someone that I've actually told someone.
You didn't tell me.
Look out on Monday. There is a new release out of Perth. It's part of a series.
Oh, you did tell me this one.
Yeah, it's an older favourite, but it's part, like they do it every year. It's not like they haven't produced it for 20 years. But it's one of the favourites. I've got to be really careful how far down this road I go.
Play it safe. Keep
So
an
I
eye
can't-
on Monday.
I can't give any other clue on that.
Yeah, probably
Okay.
not, because
All
we're
right.
still under the embargo and I don't
Okay.
want to tread
Fair
on
enough.
toes. So,
Yeah,
but
fair
look out, Perth Mint has a release on Monday.
Yep.
So again, we'll try and make a song and dance. They'll be available for pre-sale.
Yep.
Unfortunately, they haven't arrived yet, which is I was desperately hoping for, but they haven't. But they shouldn't be too far away. But there will be a pre-sale on Monday. So keep your eyes peeled on that one.
Yep.
And they are. One thing I do want to say is they are incredibly limited numbers, and a vast majority of them have or will be sent overseas by the Perth Mint. I will guarantee you. So do keep your eyes out on Monday. Grab them while you can. I don't expect them to be available for a long period of time. If I said a couple of weeks, I'd be amazed. And if we do get them over a couple of weeks, it's because we've managed to score some out of Perth that someone else has cancelled.
Excellent.
So grab them while you can. The other thing I wanted to mention was WA announced today, and I'm not getting into the political side. Let's be incredibly clear here. WA announced kind of overnight, yesterday and overnight, that they were not opening up to the rest of the world, which is terribly sad for a lot of reasons. But I have to say, as far as BN's concerned, it's actually a little bit happy about it. because our big concern, and we've actually been stocking up on stocks out of Perth Mint. Our big concern was that obviously the word that are we allowed to call it that?
And the
What
floodgates
it actually is, yeah.
Floodgates are opened, and
it would cause problems with manufacturing or supplies of Perth Mint products. So in some ways, it's a big relief that from a BN shop perspective, it's a big relief that that WA isn't coming out. So hopefully they can
but they have
continue
they
to
have to open the border at some point.
Yeah, but I think it would be again. I don't want to get onto the politics
No.
of this at all, but I think it would be a big shock for WA because I don't think they've had a day over 5 cases.
Wow.
If they suddenly were start pulling, a New South Wales or 20,000, which New South Wales and Victoria have been doing for a while, and I think Queensland has as well. If they started pulling those numbers, I think they'd just about die of shock over there. So, it's, yeah.
Yep, I get it. But I guess the question is, well, they'll have to do it at some point, but the question is when.
Yeah.
Because do you rip the Band-Aid off, or it's a tough one.
Thankfully, that's not my problem.
No, thank goodness. I'm not the Premier of WA.
Yeah, but it's pushing it out that bit further, which for us is good as a business. It's not for other reasons, because I was going to WA in February, but I'm not now. So.
There's someone asking, and I've asked a few times, about any word on the Pant Tiger ingots that we mentioned about last year. Because apparently they're sold out around the world.
Yeah, no, don't talk to me about Pant Tigers. Let's move on from that one.
Moving on from a Pant Tiger.
Speaking of sore points.
Fair enough.
That's
Okay.
your answer.
Yeah.
All right. Good. What else do we have here? Any more email questions per chance?
Absolutely. I've got
Good.
3 or 4.
Go for it.
This is from Greg. Do you expect to get any gold USA Buffalo coins in this year?
You tell me.
Oh, you don't know the answer. Oh,
How would
were you listening this morning in our toolbox meeting?
I was.
Obviously, you weren't.
Not that point. Obviously,
Yes, we have some coming in.
Okay, great.
Yeah,
Guess what? We have some coming in,
We do.
and it'll be great.
They should be here soon. I don't mean within a week soon. I mean within a month soon.
Okay.
Yeah, they should be here soon.
Excellent. And is that the 24 carat one? Is that the Buffalo? Was it?
24 carat.
Sorry,
we just went through
the Buffalo.
Are you
Buffalo
listening to
20.
today's conversation?
Clearly, stuff's going straight over my head. 22, was it?
No, they're 999.
Oh, they're not. Oh, so that's yes. Okay. I get it. Yes. Yes, I know 24 is not 999.
Good.
Got it.
Nez K, will you get more Perth Mint Opal Tigers in? Short answer is no. We are begging for more, but I don't think we'll get them.
Fair enough.
So, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm missing out on something here, but somebody's talking about diving for lead. I'm not sure why we're diving for lead.
No
It
idea
was
what that's
from their
about.
Comment. They cashed in some serious money for lead bars to silver, and the guy's going, "Isn't it poisonous? How do you do it?"
Fair enough. Okay.
Someone's asking about the FedEx shipping. Do you use FedEx to ship internationally? Yes. If you do so, do you list the sell price so that the customs know the content and the value of the order?
We are legally required to list the sell price.
Yep.
So the short answer on that one is yes, it's a legal requirement. And it's also a practical requirement because the computer systems that's the way they're designed to do it. Yeah. So the short answer is yes.
Cool.
Is the creature in the release endothermic or exothermic?
What's the difference? Please tell. Oh, no, you can't. The short answer is no comment?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
We're not going to play a guessing game on this one.
Yeah.
Just stand by on Monday. You won't be disappointed, I'll guarantee it.
Fair enough. Let's see, what else? Anyone here from the States today?
Yeah, there's been a couple of
There's
them
a few
go
from the
through.
States? Oh, fantastic, good. So I said we got Canada and South Korea. I think it's the first time we've had someone from South Korea, as far as I'm aware.
That I'm aware of, it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
We should start making a list.
Yeah, we should actually. Yeah,
Put a map up on the wall.
little pins.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Absolutely. All right, what else do we have?
I have a question for you.
Go for it.
What size orders would you qualify under the general description of small, medium, or large?
Oh, wow. That's such a how long is a piece of string question.
It certainly is.
Well, look, I mean, we've it's the gamut. Small is coming in and buying a 1 ounce silver coin for a birthday present. Large can be, one customer coming in with over $1 million in cash, and so that's happened before. So that's a big question to ask. But look, in general, I don't like to label you as, because you may have thought, I'm a medium buyer, and then I say, well, anything up to here, and you go, oh, really? I'm a small time buyer. But look, a lot of people come in and spend under $5,000 because of the remaining anonymous thing. So maybe you could say small is maybe up to 5K. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, I actually think this question's.
It's
I
a
know
hard
I
one.
asked it.
Yeah.
I think it's almost unfair in some ways, because
Yeah.
we have the example. It actually occurred to us again. It happens semi-frequently, but it happened again the other week where we had someone come in and they were spending. It was about $1,500-$1,600, and they'd obviously saved really hard. Like this was this is my life savings type thing, and I
Yeah.
want to get a kilo bar of silver, and
Yeah.
I want a couple of these things, and
Yeah.
it was incredibly
And that's
precious
large.
to them,
And that's
it
large.
was
That's
large.
subjectively large. Yeah.
And we absolutely treated it as a large order.
Yep.
We took it seriously and,
Yep.
and all that sort of stuff.
Yep.
I'm not kidding you, about an hour later, I had somebody place a trial order with us just to see, look, I haven't dealt with you guys before. I just
Yeah.
want to put in a small order just to see,
Yeah.
what you're about. And it was for $240,000. So it's not so much what's our perspective, it's what's your perspective.
Right.
Your order could be huge to you, and
That's right.
it's $2,000, and the next guy that comes in has got a suitcase with him, and he's dropping $500,000.
Yep. And that's
And
it's completely subjective.
we take. I got to say, as a store, as people serving you, we take every one of those transactions as seriously as the next one, because it is to you.
Yep.
If you're buying a 1 ounce silver coin, that's incredibly important if you've saved for it. It's a big investment for you. So, that's a very subjective one. What it is leading to, this question though, is what would you? Sorry, I've skipped one. Do buyback rules change for small, medium, or large?
Do buyback rules
Yeah.
change? Buying back from a customer, the rules do not change whatsoever, as far as I understand.
Up to a
Except for, can we talk about that though? The cash thing.
No. It's got nothing to do. Well, it hasn't. The cash thing's almost irrelevant. It's a size thing, and Ruben's going to have to correct me on this. Buyback is we do spot all the way up to 50 kilos of silver and 50 ounces of gold.
Yep.
And then after that, if you're bringing in more than 50 ounces of gold, 50 kilos of silver, then the spot price usually moves down a little bit. Like, so we'll do
Percentage of
we'll do 97 or sometimes 98 or even sometimes 99%.
Now notice,
spot.
take note. That's per person per day.
100 kilos on silver.
100 kilos
my
now we've gone
apologies.
to. Okay.
You think we'd know that, wouldn't you?
Do you remember? It used to.
We did change it fairly recently, so there's
It used
some
to be.
reason.
It used to be
It used
20
to be
kilos
20
of silver.
kilos,
Yeah.
No, it's 100 kilos of silver
and 50
and
ounces
50
on
ounces.
platinum.
Yeah, 50 ounces on
Wow.
gold and platinum.
Yeah.
So so you get spot all the way up to there. So I
Jeez.
don't know if that answers the, does it change for the small, medium, large? It also changes on size. So we guarantee spot up to, in silver, up to 100 ounces in bar size.
Yep.
So if you bring in a 5 kilo bar, you might not get spot for it. You might get slightly less. And also for gold, it's 100 grams.
Yep.
So you go over that 100 gram size bar. You may, and I've got to say, more often than not, we don't tend to. We tend to just pay spot anyway. But we reserve the right, I suppose you'd say, to actually pay a little bit less.
Yep.
Someone's asked a good one here. Is there a reason why 1 ounce gold and silver kangaroos aren't available to purchase online on pre-order 24/7? The online stock of kangaroos, seems to be coming in and out. So,
I take offence to them most of the time on there. The biggest problem with them, look, it's an incredibly serious problem, is I have to sleep occasionally. And so if we sell out while I'm asleep, I don't get back to relist them. And that's the reason why they're not up there 24/7, is because I'm not there to list them 24/7.
Pre-orders also can complicate things. It makes orders hang around longer than we'd like them to as well. So ideally, we try to just list stuff that we know we have there ready to go. There's occasional exceptions, and we'll make that clear when we do. But yeah, I think that's the reason.
If I know this doesn't help you outside of business hours, but if there's none listed, if you phone in Usually we have. It's unusual that we don't have kangaroos on hand. It does happen, but it is unusual. But if you phone in and say, look, I want to place an order, we can take it over the phone. And even if we don't have them, if you are happy to place a pre-order, it would be incredibly rare that I would say you can't do a pre-order on these. It would be something like Perth Mint's phoned me and told me the machine's broken that manufactures them and they can't get the part for it and they don't know when it's going to come in. Okay, under those circumstances, I'm not going to take a pre-order because I don't know when I can supply you with them. But if we know that we've got an order coming in later this week and we just happen to have oversold for now and we've got a bit of a break, we won't list them and we'll be quite open with you and say, look, we don't have any at the moment. But we're expecting the delivery in on Thursday. If you're happy to place a pre-order at that point, then that it would be. I doubt very much I would say no to it.
Fair enough.
That makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Let's see. We've already replied to it, but Mr. 1611 said, I recently discovered Bullion Now has a TikTok. Yep, we do. And Matt does a lot of great stuff, and Emma as well, and other people handle the TikTok. So if you have TikTok, go over and subscribe because it's different. It's, that TikTok-y kind of vibe. So if you like that, go and check it out. Even if you don't know what it's about, go and check it out.
Yeah, and you don't tend to have two old crackers rambling on for hours on it.
No, it's all the younger,
like this,
the
30 seconds.
hip, that kind of thing. Yeah.
This question here, we've kind of answered it before, but we kind of haven't. It's about Perth Mint and places like that working out the dollar value on certain coins. We've kind of talked about why that they are a little bit lower. But this question's kind of asking if there's any kind of particular formula or anything that you know about. Is it a set percentage of? Do they just reevaluate it for every coin? Obviously, we've got things like the kilo completer that kind of throw things out a bit.
Okay, I'm not sure I'm understanding the question.
The question is there a formula like the GSR that they use to work out the face value on coins?
We're talking face value, not sale value.
No, face value.
There isn't that I'm aware of. I think there's a standard 1 ounce of gold has a face value of $100. 1 ounce of silver has a face value of $1. Those types of things. They are absolutely trying to keep it to a minimum for very good reason. They only get... It is Australian legal tender, and this is the same around the world. It is legal tender of that country. You are printing money by producing those dollars, those coins, and despite popular belief over the last 18 months, or popular evidence of the last 18 months, countries can't just keep printing money hand over fist willy-nilly when they want to, so they keep control over the physical currency that's produced. So Perth Mint, and I have no idea, I'm making up numbers here, but Perth Mint might get an allocation of, you're allowed to produce $100 million worth of coins this year of Australian currency only. You can't do another one. So if they produce $1 million coins, they can only produce 100 of them. If they can say, well, this coin, we're only going to give a face value of $1, obviously they can produce a heck of a lot more.
Yep.
So I don't say there's a formula, but there's certainly a how lower face value can we give this thing because we don't want to use up our reserve.
Fair enough. Fanta is asking a very important question. What's the combination to our safe?
Which one?
Yeah, asking for a friend. Fanta, if you've seen the movie Spaceballs, then you'll know the answer.
I haven't. I can't even remember the reference.
That's okay.
The problem we actually have is one of our... Am I allowed to say this? One of our safes has 2 combinations on it.
You can't say that.
None of us can remember the second combination.
You can't say that. That you can't say. Hello, lovely insurance company. Your premium just went.
Yeah, that's right. Good fun, eh? Moving right along. This is why my wife censors me when we're out in public.
Oh, my
Usually
Lord.
the conversation in the car is, yes, dear, I'm sorry, dear. Yes, dear, I'm sorry, dear. Anyways, moving right along.
Yeah.
Ali is saying, do you know when you'll get more dice in?
Well, what do you know?
For those who didn't see the video,
Are they in the plastic? Oh,
they are in the plastic. I don't have gloves, so I'm not taking them out of the plastic. But we got in some handcrafted die.
Can you get that
or
on the
plural, dice.
the die?
Let me try the backup cam.
Oh!
Hey, we are getting fancy now, aren't we?
Backup cam.
So these are handcrafted die, or dice, depending on which way around you want to look at it, singularly or plurally.
Yep.
So they are made by Daniel Germano, who's one of the local jewellers who does an incredible job with metals. So he has hand produced them. So, you know, I mean, they have that artisanal feel to them. They're not, they're not a mass produced standard stamp or anything like that. So it comes with all the pluses and minuses of hand casting. So yeah, we do have some. We have a very limited number in stock. I think I listed another 5 this morning, and I don't know if they're still online or not. But about another 5 online. Daniel, I did ask him for 500 of them, and he giggled hysterically at me.
Yeah.
So they will trickle through over the next month or so. You'll see them appear every so often.
They were really, really popular.
Yeah. Oh, they're a great little thing.
They're awesome.
A talking point.
And we are going to do gold ones.
We are?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Yeah.
You hear that, Daniel? We're doing gold ones.
Yeah. So that a pair of those will be, well expensive,
90
but you know,
grams,
yeah, 95 grams for those.
They might be smaller.
Yeah, okay.
They might be like
we could do a
20 gram.
Someone's also asking for platinum.
That would be, is that harder?
No, much harder to work. Honestly, I think Daniel would walk out of the room if I asked him for that. I don't think he'd even listen to the question. I'll ask, but I think the answer's no, because it's a mongrel to work with.
Fair enough. Cool.
We probably need to bring young Matthew up fairly soon.
Yeah, well, hey Matt, if you're watching, bring yourself down. Do you want to do Spesh before Matt gets here or after Matt gets here?
I've got another question I've got to rip through. Okay. I've got to complete this question, and then we might move on to that.
Yeah.
What would you recommend for someone looking to put 250k into gold for 3 to 5 years?
Ooh.
Coins or bars? 1 kilo bars seem to have a low premium. Are there any problems with buyback on kilo bars? Do you buy back bullion not purchased from Bullion Now, e.g. if you had silver bars from the 70s or 80s, Perth Mint, ABC, DCL, etc.? It's probably easier to work backwards here. We buy any bullion, so it's got to be bullion though. We don't buy scrap silver and that type of stuff. But absolutely, we're not racist. We don't care what stamp's on the front or where it's come from. We will, where it's come from legally, we'll buy it back, subject to our normal. We'll buy back at spot up to the 100 kilos we were talking about before. As for
gold,
50 ounces
50 ounces,
for silver, 50 ounces for gold, 100 kilos for silver.
Right. In terms of the 1 kilo bar size, though, yes, there are advantages in the beginning, but there are disadvantages with us at least, and I'd say more so with other companies. Should I have said that out loud? No, but I did. You get a better price when you work out the per gram or per ounce equivalent when buying in kilos, but when you come back to sell to a company like us, you're going to get less than spot. So for instance, if you had bought $250,000 worth of 100 gram bars and you brought them back to us and you sold a portion, 50 ounces worth of those 100 grams per day, you're going to get spot for them. If you want to sell all of them in one go, you might, depending on the demand, you never know, he might even buy them back at spot. Because they're 100 gram bar size, they're much more liquid. They sell much more quickly because they're individually like your 7, your 8, your whatever, 1,000. However, you instantly bring a 1 kilo bar back to us, that's minimum 97% of spot. Maybe sometimes you can get a little bit more depending on if we have a buyer that's really looking for kilos, but that's your disadvantage when you come back to sell kilos. We don't sell them as often, they sit on our shelves for longer, and so we don't pay as much for them. Yeah,
they sit on the shelves for longer, don't they, Rubes? We bought back 2 kilos yesterday, I think it was, 2 kilos.
Okay, just negate everything I just said, that's fine.
We bought them at spot, and I'm not sure the guy left the door before we sold them straight out.
Well, official company policy is to buy back at around about your 97% of spot for kilo bars. However, in a high demand situation, you may get more, but official policy is 97. So that's where the disadvantage of kilos comes. And what happens if you need some quick cash and you can't offload, you'd only need 10 grand or whatever, do you have to unload an entire 80 grand bar, when you only need 10 grand? So it's a good idea to diversify within size.
That is the problem with the larger bars is what if I need a quick 10 grand?
Yeah.
Because you can't hack the corner off and bring it in.
Yeah.
Which is why, particularly when you're starting to talk 250,000, we do suggest to people you spread it across a range. So buy a kilo bar, even buy 2 kilo bars.
Yeah, sure. That's your core stack, which you don't
Yeah.
touch. Yeah.
And then, you get a mix of, you might get a few 100 grammers and a handful of 1 ounces to
Yeah.
make up the difference. And that way, if I need a quick $5,000, well, because I've blown the gearbox on the car, well, you've got a couple of ounces and you can sell. But if I need a deposit because I'm about to buy a house or something like that, well, we unload the kilo bar.
Yep.
That way, you've taken the advantage of I've paid less because I've bought some of the bulk stuff or the bigger stuff, but I've also kept some options up my sleeve. Yeah, I've paid a little bit more for it, but I've still got those options up my sleeve.
Fair enough.
Can you go get Matt, please, mate? He's evaporated, and then grab those 2 things off the back of my desk.
All right.
Would be excellent.
El Special.
Yeah, now you have a bit of an announcement to make, I hear. Rumour has.
Rumour has it. I told you about it. We've had lengthy conversations about it. You
We
don't
have.
know? Okay, so I guess I'll tell everyone now. I am moving on from Bullion Now in a very positive way. I'm actually not even...
We sacked him.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going. I'm out. I'm taking a step back. My role within the company. You may still see me on camera from time to time or behind the camera doing some filming stuff. But for want of a better word, I guess I'm kind of functionally retired, if you want to call it that. I'm focusing on some different things, focusing on my family, focusing on managing and increasing my investments and things like that, which is inclusive of precious metals as well, of course. And that's pretty much it. I'm going to have a full week next week. And then I'll be at the live stream next week for sure as well.
Yeah.
And from then on, it's when I get the bat signal.
Yeah.
And again, I'm going to be part of the furniture. I'm pretty sure at this stage, and because I love this family, and I've loved this family since the day I joined. I was the first employee. It was you, me, and that's pretty much it, and some other guy who we mention from time to time. Hey, Mark, and I've had a great 3 years. I think it's been now.
Yeah, it'd be about 3 years.
Yeah.
Almost to the day, I would have thought.
It's actually almost to the day. Yeah, something like that.
Someone wants to know if the Mankini got you a modelling gig.
The Mankini, yeah. It was the Mankini, yeah. The Mankini,
the royalties from those photos, mate.
I am moving to Milan. I'm becoming a model. So that's it. I'm moving on, but I'll still be around. So that's it.
There you go.
Yeah.
So, we sacked him.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Lots of positive comments coming
Yeah.
through.
Oh, thank you.
All
Thank you.
very good.
You'll still see me next week at the live stream and all that. So yeah, I'll be around. Anyway, what else we got?
So Matatu has just arrived. Can I have that stuff? Bring it in. You might as well stick around. Keep your microphone on for a second.
Yep.
So the other big announcement for the day is, come on, Matt.
Yay!
Come on, mate. So it's Matt's birthday.
Indeed.
He's finally turned 21.
Oh,
Don't tell my daughter.
Oh,
what?
look at this.
Oh man!
Sorry, Bob.
Oh, I don't need to tilt it up because we've got
The
camera
second
too.
camera.
Wow.
So it's Matt's birthday.
Hey!
So
happy birthday,
happy
Matt.
birthday, mate.
Thank you very
And
much.
this is from all of us, but I would be dishonest if I didn't say it was.
Yeah,
Take-
pop
take a
down.
knee.
Yeah,
Yeah,
take
take
a
a
knee,
knee.
mate. Take a knee, mate.
I would be dishonest if I didn't say this was all the work of the people at EDC.
Oh, yeah. I did it.
Yeah.
Stands to reason.
Cool.
Oh, this is a bit cute. Thank you very much. Is this a card?
No, don't worry about the card. Open the box.
Yeah, get the card. Yes. I love merch.
What is it?
Wait a second. That's pretty good.
Ah, cool. Almost
Got a-
halfway to go. Almost halfway to 60. Nice.
Yeah, that's a good gear.
That's great, man.
I'll wear that in the shop for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Wow. Happy 30th birthday.
Yeah.
Wow.
29. Almost halfway to 60.
Oh, almost. Oh, sorry. Almost halfway to 60. 29.
Oh,
Congratulations.
lovely.
Happy birthday.
Thank you very much.
Good.
No worries.
Where's the? Do we just head first into that?
Into
or
the
what
cake.
do
Well, I didn't bring a knife in, so
are you saying we don't have knives?
well, we have knives, but no one seems to like to see me demonstrate my knife skills
How
with
about
cakes anymore.
someone grabs the big bullion knife, the monogrammed one, and we just
we just
that
hack it?
one? Yeah. Well, he
It's on
does.
my top shelf.
Yeah. Well, how do you feel?
Uncomfortable.
Oh, okay.
Sitting
On your
like
knees.
a goose here, yeah. Not the best.
Oh, we
setup,
didn't make you put a hat on, and
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't start singing happy birthday to you yet.
You should have.
Oh, you want me to get my baritone out?
Sure.
We'll get copyright.
Wait for the comments requesting it, yeah.
Yeah,
Gene Simmons will get on to you.
Ah.
Was it him or Michael Jackson? Michael Jackson maybe had the rights to happy birthday or tried to get them.
Well, somebody has the rights to happy birthday.
I want to
Oh
say
yeah,
it
it's
was
not.
Michael Jackson.
It's not Jackson. No.
Well, yeah, not anymore.
No, Jackson. No, Jackson.
Your subtleties are only outdone by your good looks, mate.
No, Jackson. Jackson bought the rights sneakily to Paul McCartney's stuff.
Yeah.
To Lennon
I saw
McCartney stuff.
Yeah.
Did that dirty deal.
Clever guy.
I'm still annoyed by that.
Yeah.
I have no idea what you're even talking about, so that's okay.
Okay. But
So what are we doing? Show you,
You're
Chad.
cutting the
Are you
cake.
going to cut the
No,
thing?
you've got to cut the cake, mate. You're being allowed to
that-
handle the hallowed
He
knife.
doesn't need the glove.
Oh, you don't need the glove.
He
Well,
doesn't need
that's
the
just
glove.
for me to wear, is it?
Don't need the glove. Go for it, mate. Go, go, go.
There you go, I've got my glove on, we're okay now.
Get a nice little zoom into that.
Kiss the nearest DJ.
What?
I got blocked by the packaging, so I didn't hit the bottom.
Very good, mate.
There you go. Beautiful.
Oh, well done.
Congratulations.
Well, the
Thank
reason
you
we
very
don't have
much.
candles on it, if anyone's asking, is because we don't want to set off the fire alarms. Because it gets incredibly expensive in this building if you set off the fire alarms.
Now, how about quickly we do the special and then I can...
Yeah, get out
remove
of here.
and
So
all
what
that
is the special today?
The special
Let me
is...
get out of the way. It feels strange. Just
Are you ready?
around.
All right. The special, we have a great special. The special is Buyback kangaroos, Perth Mint Silver kangaroos. They happen to be 2016s, if you're asking. And they're in really, really good nick.
Did you cut in that footage we took just before we went on air, mate?
Oh, that's a no. Okay, cool. All good. So you are buying. We did a similar one.
We did.
Yeah, a similar one a number of weeks ago. Could have been a couple of months or last year, that is. So you are going to be buying a pack of 4 Perth Mint Silver kangaroos for a excellent price of spot plus $2 per coin.
Yeah,
which
don't
is
race over the
no,
website.
not yet.
Don't race over the website
Nope.
because it's
No,
not
no.
there yet.
Not on the website. We have to. How's it going to work this time? Are we doing the email thing? Is that how we're doing it?
Yeah. We're gonna
we'll
do
say
the
that.
other thing.
We'll don't send it yet. Don't send anything yet.
So stand by on that.
Stand by. Do we need a word for that as well?
Oh, we didn't think of one.
We
How about we
didn't think
use Matt? Matt's birthday.
No, but do
just
we-
Matt.
Do we even need a secret?
No.
Do we? No,
No,
there's
you
no
don't.
word set up, is
No,
there?
you don't need it on this one.
Oh my goodness! All right, so basically you'll be buying in a pack of 4. It's limited to 1 per customer. Please don't game the system and buy one for the budgie and your next door neighbour's dog and all that sort of stuff. Just buy one for you. If you happen to have someone else in the house that's really keen as well, okay, we get that. They can set up their. They have to send an email from their separate email to the email we're about to give. And that's it. And we're going to limit it to the amount of people that we have watching the live stream
Which
as
has
of
just dropped by
as of-
5.
yeah, as of right now. So 168.
The link should be out.
168.
All right, so the link is up now. Don't panic. You need to send an email to that email address that's just been put up.
To live
think.
at Bullion.
Has
Is
it
it
been
live?
put up?
Yep. Live at bullionnow.com.au.
So send an email to that link. Send an email to that address, live@bullionnow.com.au.
Yep.
You will receive back fairly quickly a link to the website, to the web page.
Yep.
You don't have to hurry off and do it now, despite the fact that our numbers are dropping because people are racing off. You don't have to race because it will be there for the next day or so. So you've got plenty of time to actually scoop it up, so long as you get your email in now. You do need to send the email
And it's
now.
again, it was the first
168.
168 people to email
So-
through. We'll get it.
I was a lot closer. I said it'd be 178.
You did, yeah.
But we went from 173 down to 168, so I think 5 people raced off to the website.
Well, if that's the case, do you want to bump it up? We don't have to. Does it really matter?
170.
I think we wanted an odd number.
Yeah, just for funsies.
Yeah, no, leave it at 168.
168. The
That's
first
probably,
168.
Otherwise we're going to drive Merrin nuts because she's going, well, what do you want, 168 or 173? Like, what are you
Fair
playing at here?
Yep.
You
fair
already
enough.
have.
Driven her nuts?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I did that months ago.
A long time ago.
It's a form. My apologies, Merrin. It's a form, not an email, but you still got to send something to something.
Okay, so what? Do we have the form?
The link's there.
The
Yeah.
link's there.
Follow
Okay,
the link,
fantastic.
Fill out the form. You
So,
get
okay.
168, you got it.
Okay,
Follow
so
the link,
fill
fill in the form, and you'll get everything that
Okay,
your heart
so to
desires.
confirm, you weren't meant to email through to live@bullionnow.com.au. You're meant to click on the link which we provided in the live chat Is that correct?
You think we'd know how to run this by now?
We should have all had this conversation all together before we did this. So if you've just emailed live@bullionnow.com.au, that's not going to be valid. You're going to have to. Can we find the link again and post that, please?
And there's no word required.
There's no word required.
Yeah, we
like
should
that.
make a word.
Has someone reposted that link? If you can do that right now, that'd be great. Thank you very much. Thanks, DJ.
Yeah, throw it up.
Okay, woo!
Smooth as ever.
Yeah,
Smooth.
mate. No, I can't make any comment there that's actually going to work.
Wow.
So we'll leave it.
Wow.
There was a question on here that said something along the lines of, if you open another Bullion Now store, will Perth Mint give you huge allocations? The short answer to that is no.
Would they treat us as a one big conglomerate?
The way Perth Mint work with their allocations is they look at what you sold previously in that series, which is a real, it's their train set. They play with it whichever way they like. But from a dealer's perspective, it's a pain in the backside, because it means if you only got access to 1,000 of them last year, they're only going to give you access to 1,000 of them this year, even if the company's grown and you could sell 5,000 of them or 10,000 of them. That's the way their allocations work. They look retrospectively of, well, we only cleared 1,000 last year, so we're only going to give you 1,000 this year. And it kind of never gives you the chance to say, well, actually, I could sell twice that or 5 times that. So, no, if we open another store, unfortunately, it won't increase our allocation. Lots of begging and crying goes into our allocations. Let me tell you.
Just to reiterate for one more time, because some people are saying I'm lost, you have to click on the link that we provided, which then you fill out a form. And if you're one of the first 168 people to fill out that form, then you will get sent a link to the website of a particular private page. And then that's where you can buy your 1 pack of 4 kangaroos.
Yeah. Look, don't panic. If you're feeling a bit flustered and like you might have missed out, don't worry. We actually have made 168. There was only 168 people watching, so we've pretty much made it so you're guaranteed to get a slot on this one. So don't stress too much.
Yep.
If you're watching live, if you're watching this in a day, a week, or a month's time,
Sorry.
all bets are off. But if you're watching live now, we've kind of made it. That's why we made it that number, that everyone will actually get a slot. So don't stress too much.
Fair enough. Shall we get Matt in to have a sit down?
We should get Matt in.
Is he around? Is he still there? Hey, all right.
Waiting for my moment.
All right, well, I'm going to say sayonara from me for this week, and I'll see you guys next week at the live stream. Enjoy, etc.
Thanks, mate.
No worries.
You guys change bat suits.
Yep. Right,
and I'll do a couple of questions. So, Anne-Marie, just wondering if you have ever had the 1 ounce dominoes in the store, and if the premium would be high on them. Yes, the premium would be high. The big problem, we've talked about the dominoes a number of times, about getting them in. The big problem with dominoes is you either do, like with the dice, most games, a lot of games take either 1 or 2 dice. So it's not too difficult with that one. With dominoes, do you just produce 1, or do you produce the whole set, which would get incredibly expensive? Or do you produce a variety so people can choose one or the other? So we've always kind of gone back and forth on this argument. Don't kick the camera. So we can get them done. It's logistically possible, but it would be expensive, I suppose, is the short answer. But that doesn't mean we won't do it. I'm certainly open to it. So some more questions. Rubes, have you got any handy? Because my computer screen's just chucked a wobbly.
There's someone suggesting a Canberra store, because there's apparently none there. So, fair game.
I like your style, Adam. Latrobe Valley needs a store. Actually, they had a big announcement today. The Premier's going down there, and possibly some of the Prime Minister or some of the major ministers are going down there, because they've just announced that they're producing hydrogen down there and exporting it to Joe's favourite place, Japan.
Oh, cool.
So congratulations to everyone involved in that. That's a pretty big coup. So
Hooray.
completely off the bullion topic,
Yeah,
aren't we?
good to know.
How did we get there?
This looks so much better. I'll give you some instant feedback.
Right, now we've got rid of Joe and got you in.
What? Yeah. Shameless birthday plug.
It wasn't your birthday. That's it.
Yep, get out of here,
Whoop,
Joe.
He's resigned.
I'm resigned, I'm out.
Oh, yeah. So before you launch off,
Yeah.
there's one here. Can I use the Perth Mint spot price as a buyback price? The short answer is probably no on that because here you go, some inside goss of the Perth Mint is they don't actually run a live spot price. It is
Really?
set by, I think it's Treasury, but it is set, I'm going to say randomly, Perth Mint would argue otherwise, but it is set randomly by Treasury. So sometimes their spot price is way under or way over because spot price moves and they don't get around to it for an hour. You can actually see some pretty wild gyrations in there.
Jeez.
So the best bet, if you're planning to sell back to us, we base all of that off either our website. So if you go onto the unallocated, you usually see the price there, or more realistically, use the Kitco price, which will probably be slightly worse because usually the website has a bit of a lag to it. So yeah, if you use the Kitco bid price, that's what we'll pay you back on, or pay you out on.
Nice.
How are you, Matt?
Very good.
How was the birthday?
So far, so good. Having
Yeah.
a good time. Yeah. Rocking up here, partying with the boys. Yeah, it's been good.
Only pulled a half day today.
Yeah. And so yeah, and that's why so far so good. You know, halfway there. It's good. I'll say it again. I'm impressed with this setup. Looks $1 million now.
We're getting there. We had a Bullion Now sign here until about 2 minutes before we went live.
really?
And then we had a Bullion Now sign down here, so it went.
Nah, well, you know, you can't win them all, but
That's
I'm
right.
impressed so far.
Yeah.
Yeah. Saw Nobby said happy birthday. Thanks,
Hey.
Nobby. What a guy.
Yeah. Hey, Daniel Germano's online, is he? Mm-hmm. Where's my 500 dice? He's probably going to come back with, where's my bottle? Because I owe him a bottle of the world's finest.
And let the record show. Yeah, I do always remind him about that, Daniel. I say to him every time I see Michael, I remind him. So
he
confirm
does
that. Yeah.
eventually, yes.
Good.
So I owe him that. Good stuff. What's been happening in your life, mate?
Not much. Just living my best life. You know,
Living the dream.
keeping busy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, the usual. Just
Good to hear.
ticking along.
So we had a question earlier on for you.
Yep.
What was the difference between a proof coin and a reverse proof coin?
Geez, well, that is a good question. I imagine, I've never thought too deeply about it, to be perfectly honest, but I
Now's your
imagine
chance on
they-
company time.
Yeah, well, I can only speculate here, but I imagine I'm probably on point here. They would invert the field from the so the field being the portion of the coin design that has no actual design in it, the blank
The mirrored
parts.
part.
Yeah, the mirrored parts would be the actual design. So you know, if you had Queenie, she'll be having that proof-like finish, and then you might have like a frosted field or something like that.
Jeez, he's good, isn't he?
I hope so. Don't fact check me, but it sounds like a plausible explanation.
No, you're actually right. So.
Well, yeah, I'm just putting the two words together and sort of feeling my way through that one.
Well, you nailed that one, mate. You
Oh,
landed
nice.
it. So,
So I'm not going to go the way of Joe. You're going to keep me employed?
you got another week in you anyway,
Yeah,
mate.
nice, cool.
Yeah, no, all good. Somebody's asking Daniel if a rhodium dice is possible.
To which he said it's impossible. So
Oh, did he? Okay.
Sounds like a challenge.
Yeah, mate. Why aren't you up to it?
platinum's a maybe.
Platinum's a maybe. Oh, there you go. So,
I'll tell you what I've been watching, Michael. I was thinking, I enjoyed last week when we got way off topic, way off Bullion. So I'm going to go totally rogue here. I've been watching a show and really enjoying it. It's called 90 Day Fiancé. Have you ever heard of this?
you've got
Anyone?
to be... I haven't
It's
heard
incredible. It is such an interesting...
of it. What, is this something like Married
Yeah,
at
it's
First Sight? or-
it's of that genre. So we're not talking...
Oh, dear.
What-
You
yeah.
really are limiting your
Well, yeah,
employment options.
Yeah, we're not talking, Star Wars level production. But it's an interesting premise, right? So it's called a K1 visa to get into the States. So basically the whole premise is people find, a bride in Russia online, and then they come over and they've got 90 days to either get married or ship off. There is your reality show, and it's incredible. I've been on the edge of my seat. That's what I've been doing, if I'm honest. I've been watching that.
So let me get this right.
Feverishly.
I'm paying you to stay home for this month, to work from home.
I'm doing this outside. I can't. You know my multitasking capacity is limited. So this is purely in my own time.
You're scaring me, mate.
Yeah.
You're scaring me.
Well, like I've always said, my life's not that interesting. And this is what I've been watching. It's really interesting. If you're ever at a loose end for a bit of trash reality, 90 Day Fiancé. You heard it here first. It's very interesting.
I should be charging them advertising. Unbelievable.
Chat's not with you on this one.
Well, I got to stir the pot. Can't all be bullion. Can't all be gold and silver.
Yeah, well,
Sometimes you need a bit of copper in the mix.
speaking of which, I'm bringing us back on topic.
All right,
Greg
please do.
Clark. Hi guys, I live in Queensland and have found my 5-ounce gold bar with what looks like rust. Any ideas?
Could be, I imagine it's depending on how it's been stored over the years. So if it's been exposed to moisture at any point in time, over time that can lead to those little spots. So it won't affect the intrinsic value of it, but presentation-wise, I actually think they look kind of cool.
I actually think they look better.
Yeah, that gives it a bit of character.
Yeah, absolutely. And Matt's right. It could be the environment you've stored it in. It could be handling it.
Yeah.
The oils on your handling. If it's the flecks of rust, it could actually be not knowing if the bar's been pressed or anything along those sort of lines. It could actually be a bit of iron or something like that off the dye that's caught in it and just rusted over time.
Yeah.
There's actually Chris, and one of our watchers has actually sent in a big email about red spots on gold and that sort of stuff and what can be done about it. And we're actually going to do a video on that further down the track. We'll do some playing around with it.
Get the toothbrush onto it.
Yeah, we'll do something.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, so it could be a whole variety of things. It could just be that metals age. And, it's taking on a toning, as coins and bars tend to do. So
Interesting to note that that's more common in silver, though, in my experience, seeing toned silver come through as opposed to gold.
You're right. I would argue possibly that silver shows the toning better than gold does.
Yes, yeah.
Because of its natural colour.
Gold almost looks like it's bleeding, almost like a sap type effect. Whereas, and I can see how at a glance it would be, or it could be perceived as detracting. Whereas silver is generally more, I guess it just looks more interesting. Like whenever I see a toned bar, it's a bit more exciting.
Particularly when you get that rainbow in it.
Yeah.
Well, Job's suggesting a BN reality show for Joe's replacement 90-day employee.
Now we're talking. What a concept.
Send in your application. Matt will review them.
And I would watch that. Evidently, I'm at the bottom of the barrel. So I'll watch anything. Yeah.
Norman's also suggesting we get in, or I hope any chance of us getting in some money fractional international coins. I can't sound familiar.
Yeah, somewhere along the line I had a conversation this week about 1/4-ounce silver ones. And I can't for the life of me remember what that one is. So the short answer is yes, they're a little hard to bring in.
What are they? Money, what's the...
I think we're more talking 1/10 maple.
Oh, okay. So when you say money, you're not referring to like currency, like...
He's not talking about bars.
Oh, okay.
And he's not talking about 50-cent pieces or 50p pieces or 50 euros or anything like that. The way I've interpreted anyway is the fractional silver and gold coins.
Cool.
We actually have, I believe, Rubes. Here we go. Gossip from the store. We have some fractional Krugerrands in at the moment. Second handies.
Couple we had come through in buybacks, so yeah. Whilst they're still available in the store.
Give that about 10 minutes.
They'll sell by the time we get back down to it.
That's all right. There'll be 500 emails for you to reply to over it.
Yeah, good stuff.
So actually, Greg's just got back to us and said, "Thanks, gents. I do handle it. How can I not?" So you're absolutely right. Look, you buy these things to handle them.
Absolutely.
I'm not. I know we cop a lot of flack. I know I cop a lot of flack for gloves and that sort of stuff. But mate, get in there, handle it. God gave you the 5 senses. Use them.
Yeah,
I'm
I couldn't agree more.
Really suggesting you lick them, I suppose, but you can.
Silver, antibacterial properties. Do what you want with it.
Yeah, but touch them. Like handle them, show them to people. Don't be frightened of. I know it decreases the value of collector items and that sort of stuff at times, but don't be frightened of handling your gold and your silver. It's been in the ground for umpteen years. You're not going to break it.
And there is something to be said for it, like an unquantifiable enjoyment that you get from holding, particularly the larger amounts. Like any time, even still, like picking up a kilo of gold, you sort of get a bit of a spring in your step. It's good fun.
You do. And then you get those 10-kilo coins.
Yeah, which is just terrifying. That's exciting, but it's more nerve-wracking than anything.
Yeah.
The thought of having to get a new capsule from the Perth Mint.
Oh, good grief.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
a
sure
conversation I hate.
Go down like a lead balloon.
Do you think the mints will design an Australian Pfizer coin? I doubt it very much. I think everyone will sidestep that one.
Yeah.
Any word on platinum and silver tails?
Yeah, I've been hearing a lot about these silver tails. I haven't seen anything. What gives?
Who's asked that question?
As Peter graced me guide.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Okay. Stand by, look out. Not the platinum ones. I haven't seen anyone do platinums in the tails. Stand by in the next week or so. I believe we're getting in some silver ones. They're not. The trouble is they're not tails. They're not 37.5 grams because we can do that. And they actually, one of the refineries showed me their 37.5 gram in silver, and it looked really odd because it's got to be so fat and chunky because it's less dense than gold is. But they've done a 1 ounce one, and it looks.
But isn't that? Correct me if I'm mistaken, but isn't the name of it? Doesn't that relate to the weight?
Yeah. So that's why
It wouldn't be a tail.
Yeah,
that's why we're calling them donuts.
This is nuts.
So
breaking the mold here.
we're going to be calling them donuts, not,
Yeah.
not tails. But so keep your eye out. They should be in fairly soon. Adam Skillback, why not stock sovereign coins? I'd buy them when I could. Rudes.
We listed a whole bunch this week. We had some come through in a buyback, and we listed them straight online, and I think they lasted an hour.
Yep.
Maybe a little bit longer.
And we have brand new ones coming.
And we had the brand new ones as well. So we had a combination of the 2021s and just random buyback ones that we had through the store, listed as separate things. But yeah, they went very, very quickly. So we do get them, and we do list them when we can.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, an email message. Can you provide some insight into why you do not try and stock some of the investment bullion from the Royal Australian Mint? For example, the Lunar 1 ounce tiger design is superior to the Perth Mint's coin. Ooh, cat amongst the pigeons here.
Yeah, jeez.
Similarly, they have the Southern Skies series as well as a number of other interesting bullion and numismatics products of smaller mintages. Their 1/4 ounce gold Lunar Ox, which they still have lots of, is superior in design to the Perth Mint version. It would be nice to have access to these through Bullion Now rather than maintaining multiple accounts across multiple mints dealers. I totally agree. We should get some in.
Yeah, luckily a guy already did that.
Did.
Yeah, he got some of the. Yeah, he got some of the. Well, they haven't done any, as far as I'm aware.
Not this
Is there?
year. Not yet. It's only January.
Yeah,
Give them half
yeah.
a chance.
Well, quick sticks. But yeah, we got the Ox and the Southern Skies, which was the second. I think it was the Platypus Privy Mark.
Yeah.
The first being the Kangaroo.
Which we did get
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there you go. So we're all over it, but they go quick. So when we do the release videos, they usually are quite popular because they are a little different. I don't know if I prefer the Ox. I don't know. Apparently, it's more anatomically accurate in terms of a depiction of what an actual oxen. You would know, being a farm guy. I imagine, yeah. So when you look at that, that's more like the ox you see when you look out over your acreage.
Over my vast plains.
Stand up on your Pride Rock, looking out over the great expanse.
Huge tracts of land. Right off topic now. Look, the two problems I have with the RAM stuff is one, they don't produce enough. It's very difficult to get hold of. Mm-hmm. And the second problem I have is the premiums are that much more than, say, your Perth Mint type of thing. So we have to be really careful with RAM that we don't get smacked for charging what people consider to be too much for a bullion coin. And really our hands are tied by how much RAM are charging us as well. So that's probably the two issues I have with it. But other than that, I think they're great designs. I don't know, as I'd always say, some of their designs are better than Perth's, and some of Perth's designs are better than Ram's.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm quite happy with stocking their product when we can get hold of it.
An unrelated question for you, Michael.
Yeah.
What's your favourite animal?
How
How has that stunned you? Aren't you a farm guy?
Why are you talking
Surely,
farm
I
animal?
don't
Are you
know.
talking...
Both.
Because I have, like, if you're talking
Yeah.
far out, I
Go on,
don't know.
we've arrived, yeah. I'm sure people are curious. I'm curious. I never thought to ask you that.
My favourite farm animal.
Yeah.
Well, I grew up on a sheep farm. So the sheep absolutely holds a special place for me.
Yeah.
Having said that, I run. We've got 9 cows now.
Yeah.
Huge farm. Yeah, so, you know, I absolutely like cattle. Probably my dog.
Oh, that's a bit nice.
Not the cat.
Yeah, because my old boss when I was in Sydney, he was mad into cows.
Yeah.
Like he'd go to the Easter show and he'd be, you know, fully eyeball, like crouching down, and he'd be right into because they do give out awards apparently. Like,
Absolutely,
and
they
he
do.
was right in there and would,
Serious
you know,
stuff.
would get bent out of shape if he thought the judge was off on a certain call or something. Like he's really, he's got a massive. When you go into his house, he's got a huge, life-size pole Hereford. Is that
Say that again?
Pole Hereford?
Pole Hereford, yes.
Pole Hereford.
Pole means it doesn't have horns.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know that because I've seen a painting of one. Yeah. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, you can get really... This is a family show, but they get really into it, so they start measuring the testicles and all sorts of things on that.
Really?
Yeah, it gets really in-depth.
Well, that probably explains why he's crouching down.
So, just to get right out there.
Something very. Oh, look at this. These graphics. Who's done that?
Oh, sorry.
That looks
we have a
unreal.
graphic scooter.
Yeah,
I missed
Ruben's
it.
he's ramped it up. Look at this. What a
Yeah.
production.
Yeah.
Peter Graceby Bar just bought a bull for $4.5 grand.
Really?
We get all sorts in the chat.
There we go.
How do you grade a bull? What are you looking for? Or is this the same thing? You know, you crouch down, you tape measure out.
It depends what
is
breed
such
did
an
you buy, Peter? I can't believe this is a Bullion channel and we're starting to talk stud
Well, there you
bulls,
go.
but, you know.
We'll talk about bears next.
I feel like we're 2 steps away from the good old joke.
2 steps away.
I saw people were getting around the TikTok as well earlier
Yeah,
on.
You had a lot of positive feedback on it.
Yeah.
We are so far off topic here. We're going to have to bring it back.
This is the nature of live chat, though.
Someone's
Unstructured.
asked to bring us back on. Do you guys stack?
Yeah, absolutely. For me, it forms basically, and I've probably said this before. It forms for me like an alternative to a savings account. It's just another way to save money. We're talking about stacking precious metals, right? It's not totally. We're not talking about
Stacking cars.
stacking carbs.
You're just getting the follow-through comments from your rambles, that's all.
Ah, yeah. What do you expect? I feel like that's what this should be. A very informal.
Yeah, I've been watching this one, wondering if I actually mention it. Fanta said measuring testicles. That's nuts.
Yeah, see, now we're talking.
Now we're right off topic.
Yeah.
Like so far off topics.
But yeah, absolutely, I stack. I think you'd be hard pressed to find anyone that works for this company that doesn't have some exposure to it, in the sense of when we're doing the videos and things like that. Some of the stuff that comes through, the reactions are genuine. It's not, you know, Michael doesn't say, "Oh, hey Matt, pretend you're really excited about this coin as we unbox it." It is a very genuine reaction, because prior to working here, I was already involved in the collectible side of things, and I love all the coin designs and all the different mints around the world. So yeah, it's great. It's like being, like, and I've said it before, working for a company like this is really like being behind the scenes of a really fascinating and exciting industry. So every day is a good day.
Like being backstage to, what did you call it? 90 Days to a Bride? Or
90 Day Fiance.
That's us.
That's it. Yes, that's the only way you'd potentially lose me, if I scored a gig on the production team of that show. Imagine that behind the scenes. It's chaos, though. It's so interesting.
All right,
so
let's
many
bring
things
it
go
back to
pear-shaped.
Bullion for a change.
Yeah, do you
Correct.
stack, Michael?
Yes. Well, yeah, I do. What it was funny as you were talking, I was thinking you were saying that, you know, you'd be hard pushed to find anyone here who doesn't stack. I would say very few of the people. When I say guys, I mean generally very few of the group knew anything about bullion when they started. A few of us did. but quite a number of us didn't. And you'd see them kind of go, oh, well, I don't know about it, but I'm quite
But you've
happy
heard
to
of
learn.
it, like you've seen
Yeah.
a Disney film with Scrooge McDuck swimming around in these gold coins, and that's about it. Yeah,
that sort of thing. And very, very quickly, as they get exposed to handling it and talking about it and hearing us talk about it, they very quickly start to understand. And usually within a month or so, you'll find that they will be quietly stacking in the background.
Yeah.
So it's it's been interesting.
Yeah, it's good fun. I just had a thought. This is going to be a dynamite concept for a YouTube video. Here's what I want you to do, Michael. Ruben's going to go around and find a bunch of examples, like in Disney films and movies, where they have. Because I remember, and Ruben and I have discussed this. You watch films back in the day, and you'd see, a whole train full of gold bars, and in my mind, I'd say, oh yeah, that might be a few $100,000. Come to work in this industry and find out that. I would love just an approximate, we should do that. Watch some scenes from films and do approximate values of how much bullion is on screen, because I think it would blow your mind.
Yeah. Because they go for that shock and awe factor of look how much there is, and if
Yeah.
you have a room full and you go, well, hang on a minute, that's
That's
billions
actually,
of dollars
that's like a
sitting
Fort Knox level of gold that you've got on this here train that you're doing a heist on.
I often watch. I don't know if have you seen the new version of The Italian Job?
No, I'm more at the bottom end of television lately.
We'll drag you up to some class. We'll get to watching Star Wars and The Italian Job.
Please do. Yeah.
But
May the 4th.
yeah, that's right.
That's the mini Coopers.
Yeah. So the scene there where they finally get to the gold. Oh, no, actually, it's quite near the. It's been a while since I've seen it now. It's quite near the end. Sorry, we're near the end where they're actually unloading the gold into the back of the minis.
Yeah.
And the bars, they're chucking them around like they're almost nothing, but if their size is right, they must be 400-ounce bars.
That's another thing.
And they're sliding them down, and they calculate it. And I can't remember now. They say something like, it's $40 million, and I think, are you kidding me? Like if they were real, there'd be a country's worth of gold that they've just slid into the back of 3 Mini Coopers.
Yeah.
So
They've got reinforced axles.
yeah, so that'd be a good idea, Rube. See if we can drag that up on the.
And weight as well. You just touched on it as well. When they just chuck, 100 kilos and swing it over their shoulder and run off down the street. I think, wow, this guy's done his cardio.
we need to draw this to a close.
I think we do. We're way off topic, and we're suddenly getting. What is this? Sorry. Yeah. Yeah. All good. All right. I think we do. Have you got any industry gossip on the numismatic side?
Industry
coming
gossip on
out?
the numismatic side. Yeah, I think I probably mentioned it last time. The steam train 50-cent coins have gone absurd.
Mm-hmm.
And that's still continuing, but I do believe that'll come to a head. When the next most exciting thing comes out, there'll be, another coloured $2 coin or something like that. That's the latest craze. So other than that, nothing of major note, I don't think.
Any big auctions coming out with some flash coins in that are worth mentioning?
Not
It's all a
really.
bit
It's been
quiet 'cause
fairly,
it's start of the year.
start of the year. Everyone's sort of gearing up for a big year. I think I was about to be in the throes of organising the Perth Ander show, but I think that's most likely going to be thrown out the door.
When is it? When's it supposed to be?
April, I think.
You might get away with it.
Maybe April, May, June. I should know. I am the show organiser.
Yeah, I was going to say, for those that don't know, Matt's actually what is the Ander show?
So it stands for Australasian Numismatic Dealers Association. A bit more of a mouthful than numismatist. And it's just a lot of the coin dealers from around the country that get together and put on a show. I'm sure at some stage, we'll have some sort of BN presence at an event or something like that. But it's
do our live stream from the Melbourne.
Yeah, that'll be a bit of chaos. That'd be good. I think that's in October or something like that. So hopefully, when the borders are all open and everyone's rocking and rolling, it's a good event. It's a lot of fun. So if you're on the fence and wanting to learn a bit more about that side of things, it's a good opportunity. And like I've said to people that phone through, we're on a tangent now, but I've said to people that phone through and speak with me on the phone and ask if they'll say, is Bullion Now, is this a good company to deal with? And I say to them, by all means, I encourage you to look around, look at other companies and find where you're most comfortable and decide who you want to deal with based on, also, obviously price is a factor for a lot of people, but for a number of people that I speak with regularly, they say that they keep coming back because they like dealing with us because it's a nice group of people and Sylvia's friendly and I'm friendly and they come in and it's a nice place to do business. And I think it's a roundabout way of saying you can go to an event like that, these trade shows where there's a number of dealers in attendance, walk around, and if some guy gives you the cold shoulder, you don't deal with them. And you go somewhere where you feel like you're actually valued and part of the whole experience. And because at the end of the day, like stacking and collecting collectible coins, it should be fun. If it's not fun, why do you do it? It shouldn't be a chore.
No,
So,
that's right.
Yeah.
Better off buying a collector Lamborghini or something.
Yeah.
Storing your wealth there.
Yep. Yeah, go buy an NFT from some joker on OpenSea. Just make sure you got $1,000 to cover the gas fees.
Yeah, now we're really going back off topic again, aren't we?
We are.
All right, I think we're going to draw it to a close there. Thank you very, very much for watching, for tuning in. It's always, as always, it's a great honour to have people come and watch us ramble on for an hour.
It is, particularly with the stuff I've been talking about today. It might taper off.
We will apologise for the trash television talk, and we'll try and make sure that next week we're back on topic for pretty much the whole thing. All right?
We did too. There were a few. Yeah, you got to deviate. It's my birthday, Michael. What can I say?
Oh dear. See what I have to put up with?
Yeah, my gift from me to me. Talking a bit of trash TV.
All right, that's it for now. Like, share, subscribe, all the good things that Joe tells us every time we get on camera, at least for the next week. Stand by for some changes that you're going to see coming through in various forms. We're going to have some more new faces coming through.
Yep.
We might even see a new store or something like that later on into the future this year,
Wow.
hopefully.
Cool.
So
I didn't know this is news to me. Cool.
all sorts of good things. New website. There is a new website coming.
Yeah.
Same address, but new website presentation. So stay tuned for that. That's still a few weeks or a month or so away. But that will be launching soon, including, if the conversation that I had today goes well, it'll have local currencies in it as well. So if you're looking, you're in Canada and you're looking on there, it'll actually show you in Canadian as well as in Australian.
Get your maples from Australia. That's an interesting concept.
I wasn't kind of going down that path, but if that floats your goat, go for it. But yeah, you'll still be paying in Australian dollars, although we do have foreign exchange accounts for those that are interested in that.
Wow.
Send an email to sales at Bullion Now and Matt will tell you how to access our foreign exchange accounts.
Hopefully I'll have my head around it by then. Very interesting.
All right. That's it for now. You got anything that you want to go out with?
No, it's been a pleasure. Best birthday ever.
That's great to hear. Tune in next week, which will be the 28th at 2:30 Australian Eastern Daylight Time. And you'll see our smiling mugs. It'll be the last week that Joe appears officially as a Bullion Now personality,
representative,
representative, however you want to put it.
Yep.
So tune in for that one. We might even see if we can get him back into Mankini again.
He's got to do it. There's got to be some sort of proper send-off. Otherwise, what's the point? He's thinking about it. He's trying to throw you off the scent.
We will see you next week. Same time, same bat channel. Have fun. That's it for now.
Cool.